SLR check, line up on pole position with Elite Risk alongside him. Who is going to come out on top then here in Division 1 this evening? It's lights out and away we go then. It looks like Czech got a pretty decent start compared to Elite, and it looked like Levi got a decent start as well. There's a Ferrari trying to go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Czech holds onto the lead then. Going down into turn 1. Jam up into P6 past Sink Westy. Can't get my words out. Ham is now close to Sink Westy as well. Arbin and Ad's going side by side. Going into the casino section. Ad's trying to hold it around the outside. He's got the inside line for the next corner. Can hold on to ninth place. Down at the back, we've got the two Aston Martin drivers scrapping. There's a bit of a contact there. Zacky's Beast has clipped the wall. There's a bit of ghosting going on with Van Dorn. We've got yellow flags though. At the hairpin, Sink Westy and Hammer going side by side going into the hairpin. Hammer's going to lose a couple of positions because of that. Sink Westy now back into 7th place. They're going side by side again. Ham and Ads, and it looks like Ham's going to hold on to it. As it looks like Arbin's now getting involved in the Red Bull. And yeah, he's going to try and go around the outside of Ads. Going into the chicane, he's going to have the inside line. Is he going to brake later? No, he's going to hold behind. And Ads nearly hits the back of the Alpine there. But it looks like they're going to hold position for now.
Yeah, good start from Czech in P1, and that is what he needed. He needed to get ahead of Elite, stay ahead of Elite. As further back, there's a yellow flag.
Who's that?
I think that's Paul.
It's DVT Paul that's gone off.
Yeah, he is backwards. He is presumably without a wing, maybe with side pod damage, and in a whole world of pain. He's lost the car, and yeah, he's lost a few positions. Toomman pits, presumably with damage. On lap 1.
Front wing counter up.
Yes, indeed. Toomman has pit for a wing change. Potentially it was him maybe who had an incident with Paul. We'll have to see, and maybe. But anyway, Czech at the front, absolutely motoring away from Elite. Gap's 1.5 seconds already. I said he'd waltz into the distance if he kept the lead out turn 1, and that is what is happening. The softs are an absolutely diabolical race tie here. And yeah, that gap's just going to go up and up and up by even more and even more as the laps count on. Czech should be on for a commanding victory here if he keeps this up.
And we will see then lap 2 of 39 then, a little early to say it, but yes, a long way to go. And Czech leading by 1.6 seconds already on the alternate strategy, so he's loving life. Well, Sink Westy clips the wall there as he's closing up. SLR Jam has also made a decent start. Biggest winners at the start is Jam himself, gaining 2 positions. Checks that's the fastest lap once again. Zacky's Beast and DVT Moneybag all gaining 2 positions as well. But obviously a track that is very, very hard to overtake at, and it's going to be just gaps getting very, very close. But as I said, overtaking opportunities is quite a rare one around here.
Yeah, indeed it is. Oh, as Levi King nearly loses it, and that's potentially going to allow Alfie to get up, but Alfie has a bit of a wobble as well. I was on board with Levi King because he started P5 and made up a position into P4. Another decent winner off the start, gaining 1 position.
Oh!
A Sink West. Oh, that is
looks like Sink Westy sent it.
That is a lunge and a half from Sink Westy. He's feeling really confident on the brakes. He wants to make up for what I believe was quite a poor qualifying for him and get his way up into the fight for the podium positions potentially, but he has nearly caused an incident, but luckily that is all well and good as Zacky's Beast set the penalty, the first of the day.
Indeed, and definitely won't be the last of the day. Quattro, I can see he's closing up to Shutmeadow, who's right behind him at the exit to back and going into the swimming pool chicane now as he loses the back end through the exit of the chicane. And if anything, Shutmeadow's catching right up to Arbin. He's gone really, really deep.
Arbin's struggling big time.
Really
Arbin's struggling big time. He's 2.6 seconds behind the car ahead. Either he's struggling with pace and consistency, he's struggling with tyre temperatures, or he's struggling with damage. He's got a lot of understeer in turn 1, so maybe it's the damage. Maybe he's got damage, but yeah, he's being a massive blockade for all of the drivers behind him. All of those drivers who qualified outside the top 10, starting on mediums, hoping to benefit later on in the race. They have to navigate Arbon EPA.
Shutmeadow has a half a look down the inside. He pushes the Red Bull into the wall, and now he's ghosted because of it. And he does back out of it, but it's kind of concertina effect behind now. And maybe one of the Alpha Towers might have damage. Really... They did come together, and Quattro's nearly, Jenny Menz has nearly lost it there on exit. But it's just about kept it out of the barriers, and the margin between the barrier there was very, very close, as it normally is around Monaco. But positions still staying the same then, as they are.
Yes, indeed they are. Arbin clearly really struggling, and yeah, a little bit of a tap from Shutmeadow behind. Shutmeadow just needs to bide his time and kind of hope for a mistake from the Red Bull driver, but yeah, you just see Aaron, yeah, he's just really, really struggling at the moment as Arbon. But look how little ERS Shot Metal has. He's really, you can see he's hot under the collar, he's getting quite impatient, and he's getting really frustrated. Smoke, actually, Smoke, definitely feeling a lot more comfortable than Elite X risks here in the fight for P2. They're 3.5 seconds ahead of Levi King, who's in P4, and I mean, yeah, you just see how much slower than Smoke Elite is going through that hairpin. He's not really enjoying this race at the moment, and Smoke is looking like he's kind of just waiting for a mistake from the Ferrari driver, and they can allow him to then get that position.
Definitely could be. Meanwhile, Czech still leads this race, and 3 seconds is the gap now, and only getting bigger and bigger, with Elite Risk still under pressure from LP Smoke, as the DRS has been enabled a few laps ago, so this might give Smoke maybe an advantage going down the main straight. Very hard to overtake still, but we'll see if he can make it work with the extra straight line speed that Smoke will get. Half a second is the gap. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make it work. Going down the straight, he's going to have to wait behind a little longer.
DPT Alfie could be on for a move for P5 here. He tries to go to the inside, but Levi King does close that off. Make a bit of contact.
Beast comes into the pit lane, presumably with damage.
Yep, that would be.
Still so close for P4. As we mentioned, 10th of a second he got down to going through the casino. He's got a really good run here, it looked like. Is Alfie going to send it? No, he's going to wait behind sensibly.
Alfie, interestingly, went into neutral out of casino there. Not sure that's going to get him the best traction in the world, but neutral overpowered, maybe? I don't know. But Alfie is looking pretty good, actually. He's looking very comfortable. And I think it is only a matter of time before he gets past Levi King, but it's Monaco. Maybe you can stay there for the entire race. Who knows?
Indeed, force your rival into an error is a very good thing to do if you can make it work, but it's going to take a lot of pushing to make a mistake from Levi.
Smoke had hit the wall just behind Elite as well. Smoke's hit the wall, maybe.
Oh, and
that's damage.
So did Levi as well, and has got a really bad exit because of it. And Alfie's now going to be right on the back of Levi going down the main straight, and he must be close enough. No, he's clipped the barrier and he's gone round because of it. Here's a DPT Alfie, look to maybe get past the Alfa Romeo of Levi King, but no, making a mistake out the final corner now. He's dropped down to 14th position because of that.
Sync Westy's potentially going to try and move on Jam as well. No, that's maybe damage from Sync Westy. That gap, to be honest, was never big enough to make a move. Never in a million years was that big enough. Jam holds his line. Sync Westy tries to keep it in there. Clearly saw that one opportunity, but he has had a hefty whack to the barrier, and that is maybe damage from Sync Westy as well. But yeah, that is disaster from Alfie. He clearly had a lot of pace, but now he's found himself into 14th, and with an awful lot of work to do if he wants to salvage anything from this race.
Smoke still on the back of Elite Risk as well. The battle for P2. Czech still pulling that advantage out in front. 3.6 seconds now. Is the gap gaining at least 6/10 of a second, 7/10 of a second every lap. Smoke not getting a good exit. He breaks very, very late there. Going into Raskas. And he's definitely not going to be able to make the overtake going down to turn 1 now. The gap will close, but it's definitely not going to close enough to make the move. Quattro is closing up to Shut Medal for P10, the last of the points paying positions. Arbon's gone very deep at Raskas, and this might give Shut Medal maybe an opportunity then.
Shut Medal just doesn't have enough battery.
Shut
Medal just doesn't have enough battery to close in enough on the main straight. He's derating before the end of the straight. He's clearly got a lot better pace.
First corner.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, but yeah, he's clearly got a bit better pace than Arbon as Shut Medal, but yeah, he's just... Yeah, it's just, Arbor just making his car as wide as possibly can, but this is maybe a shot for Shut Medal, but yes, still. It's just a terrible track for racing, isn't it? You think there's potentially going to be an opportunity, but no.
Sync Westy hitting the back of Jam multiple times there in the first sector, and into the hairpin as well. And luckily, I don't think it's got damage, but he is really eager to get past the Haas driver here. Get up into P5. He's going to go for a late lunge down the inside. It's going to be contacted into the wall.
That's never going to work.
And now the Haas, the Alpine of Ham surely got damage as well after colliding with it. It was a very, very late lunge, and the room was clearly not there. And Sync Westy's race is near enough over now because of that.
Yeah, I'm like... I hate to be blunt, but yes, completely impatient really from Sync Westies. You're never going to make a move there. I mean, like, tiny little gaps available, but it's Monaco. It's always going to close. Jam had every right to put his car there, and yeah, that's just what's happened. Yeah, Sync Westie clearly frustrated because he did clearly have a lot better pace than his qualifying position showed. But yeah, that is just Monaco as he now retires in the pit lane. He's very annoyed with himself.
Very, very frustrated.
But he's probably annoyed with Jam, but I don't think Jam did anything wrong there whatsoever. And yeah, he's retired. Hopefully his car does not glitch. It better not.
Oh, let's not go through that again. So yeah, Ham is very, very lucky as well to get away with no damage to that, because I'm pretty sure he did hit the back of the Ferrari, and he's now right behind his brother Jam. If Ham actually did get that penalty for avoiding the incident, that's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's now going to close up to his brother. And it looks like Quattro's made the move on Arbon. They're going side by side here, going through the chicane. It's not a place where you want to go side by side at all. Or to back. You've been in that place. You've been in that place before, and Quattro makes his way through, and Arbon's going to lose multiple positions now because of that.
Oh, Smoke has elected to make a pit stop. Is this for damage? I need to have a look at him.
He's gone board with him.
So you can have a look at the length of pit stop. Nope, he doesn't have damage. That was a perfectly scheduled pit stop, and Smoke is going for the undercut. He's perhaps spied a little bit of clean air. It's only a little bit, but it is clean air, and he is going for the undercut on Elite X risks. Get that track position early on. Feels like he has better pace, and that's gonna potentially help him out and allow him to be right up there. As I'm having a look, and Arbon did not have to change his front wing, so he didn't sustain damage from that. So that is also a scheduled pit stop for Arbon EPA as well.
Indeed it is. Jam's closing up on Levi again. It's for P3 on track as it stands now. And he's looking to close up. Ed Smokers came out in a little bit of a gap. He's now closed up that gap now to DBT Alfie. Can't get my words out tonight.
As there was a bit of front wing there. There was a bit of front wing there in the tunnel. I don't know whether that was Alfie's potentially. Has Alfie just lost his front wing? I think he might have. He's lost a lot of time out of that chicane. And is Elite pitting? Is he covering? Oh,
Quattro's hit the wall. That's Quattro off. And I think he's lost half his front wing. So the AlphaTauri driver, after a strong start, has lost half of his wing, and he's now going to plummet down the order. But can Smoke make the move on Alpha? This is going to be crucial if he wants to keep that gap closed up to Elite Risk and maybe make the move. At the pit stop, he's going to be closed into the wall, and he's looked to try and make the up and under, but he's going to have to wait behind this Smoke, and this is not going to help him with his undercut at all on Elite Risk.
It's not at all. It is not one bit. He is... he's caught up behind Alfie, and whilst the undercut perhaps could have worked, Elite is going to see that Smoke is now in traffic, and he's going to just go as long as he possibly can. Alfie is not going to be an easy man to pass, especially if he keeps in the DRS of Van Dorn. And yeah, Smoke has got to really bide his time here, and yeah, I mean, he's got a bit of clean air once if he can get past the 3 cars ahead of him. But the issue is those 3 cars as Levi picks up a penalty.
He's got a really good run
out
the chicane. Can he make it work going into the back? Not again, surely.
Excellent move by Smoke. Absolutely excellent move that was. Brilliant from Smoke. He makes a position, and that is a really important move for his race. He's got Van Dorn and Jaylee Menz ahead of him, but he is on those fresher mediums. He's going to lose quite a lot of time. I am going to compare his last lap time, 14 point something, to Elite. He has still gained time on Elite. He's still gained time on Elite that lap, so this undercut could still be on.
It definitely could be. What a move it was from Smoke to get past Alfie down the inside to back. Saw an incident there not too long ago. There's yellow flags, and as his round, he's going backwards down the straight. And that's surely his race, going from bad to worse. I'm not sure how he got in that position.
It's not ideal.
He's come out just ahead and just behind of Alfie. Smoke now up into 7th place because of that, and he's closing up on Van Dorn and Menz.
Oh, I think Elite's going to have to pit pretty soon here because Smoke has nearly found its way past the traffic. Is Van Dorn going to fight it? He's not in the same race as Smoke. Holds his ground, but yeah, Elite, is he coming into the pits? Elite's coming into the pits now. This is pivotal. This is going to be so close. This is going to be ridiculously close. Smoke would have gained quite a lot of time. And is that... Oh, yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flags. A sim gone round in the Aston Martin. So another driver losing at the chicane. We're going to go back on board with Smoke, though, because we're going to see where does he come out compared to Elite Race. And it looks like the Alfa Aston Martin. Van Dorn lost it. And it does look like Smoke has easily made the overtake here. He's easily made the undercut work.
Well, that is... Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that easy, but yeah, that was really comfortable, actually. As Quattro
who is that?
As Quattro has crashed. Quattro has crashed.
And is it a safety car? No. No, I thought I was going to say safety car, then it said yellow flags. Oh my goodness me. And it looks like Simmons just clipped the car somehow when it was ghosted. But launched his car up. I don't know how, that's not a safety car. But again, this is Monaco. We don't get safety cars here. Somehow. But Czech in the lead then by 12.6 seconds now. He will come in later on as he is on the mediums. Car behind his Ham, the only car on the softs that is yet to pit. But Smoke, crucially, is now right on the back of Jenny Menz. Has got a car separating him and Elite Race.
Yeah, Smoke in a really good position at the moment. And yeah, he took that risk with the undercut. He got the traffic. But the traffic was going faster than Elite. So that meant it didn't really matter. Elite's old softs were absolutely cream crackered, and when he came into the pits, Smoke got the move done on him. And Smoke did definitely feel like Smoke had better pace in the first stint. So yeah, if he does make this move here,
Levi's going to make the move down the inside on Barlow, and he goes up into P8 now. Does Levi? Barlow yet to pit. Levi pitted for the fresh mediums not too long ago, and it looks like Zach and Moneybag's gone round at turn 1. He's gone straight on at Sandevart. Has missed the barrier, thankfully. He's going to carry on, but has lost a few positions because of that. Smoke's still right on the back of Jaylee Menz through the hairpin. Can he maybe make the move go later on in this lap?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be difficult, but Jaylee Menz is having a really strong stint, actually, but yeah, he does.
Moneybag's gone round again.
Oh yeah, I think he has. That's not ideal whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, Jaylee Menz is having quite a strong stint at the moment. But yeah, he does need to make that. But yeah, he does need to make that move quickly though, Smoke. Otherwise, Elite could be right up with him. Although I did just see Elite hit the wall there, so maybe not. As Ham has only just pitted off those softs and. Oh, he's taking a big risk there. The others would have come out in clean air, and Ham could lose all kinds of track position here.
Oh, and Barlow's came into the pit lane. He lost it on pit entry by clipping the wall. Thankfully, didn't go round. He's now into the pit lane for a fresh set of tyres. Look at the gap between Smoke and Menz. He's crawling round the casino, and he just wants to get past the AlphaTauri, does the Alpine driver, but he's going to have to hold behind for a little bit longer. There's Schuckman as well, just ahead in P2, also yet to pit on the alternate strategy. But Smoke is really being held up here, and this is just helping SLR Czech even more to extend his advantage out in front.
Yeah, it is. Czech. Smoke, if he was in clean air, would be going quite a bit quicker than Czech, and perhaps will put him on his toes, but now Smoke has got that traffic, and yeah, it's allowing Czech just quite a lot more time to decide to make his move, and when he's going to pit, and what tyres he's going to put on.
So Arbon picks up 3-second time penalty for track limit. Said that it wouldn't be the last car. Arbon picking up one now. As look at Smoke just pushing Menz around the final few corners. He's right on the back of the AlphaTauri. Got a really good run out the final corner. Can he make it work round the outside? No, he's going to wait behind for a little bit longer. See Elite closing up to SLR Van Dorn.
Oh, Menz hit the barrier. He hit the barrier, and that has allowed Smoke to get through. Smoke very opportunistic there, and
we've got yellow flags. Newville, that is Barlow that's gone off and has probably hit the barrier, and his race has gone from bad to worse as well. Elite now got 2 cars separating him and LP Smoke now.
Yeah, Smoke. If Smoke gets this position now, then he is going to look really, really good for.
Oh, and Schuckman's gone really deep at the hairpin, and Smoke had a little look to try and get past him there, but Schuckman just about holding on to P2. And can Smoke make it work then, going down into the Nouvelle chicane? We just saw Barlow go off
He's
there.
Not using his
Can
battery.
Smoke make it work?
He's not using his battery. I think he's going to bide his time. He's going to wait for the DRS zone, I think. I think that's sensible driving there from Smokey. Oh, but he does pick up a penalty. That's not so sensible.
Levi's been brought into this now, because look at that. He's now right on the back of Elite Race as well, and so's Jam.
Yeah, that's just the traffic at Monaco. It's just you lose time. You just lose so much as Shot Metal whacks the barrier there. So it could be open.
Oh, he's hit the wall again.
God.
Just Shot Metal, and this is. I don't think Smoke's going to be able to get past him here now. He's going to have to wait behind another lap, surely. Levi's closing up on Elite Risk again, but Elite's not going to close up enough on Van Dorn to try and get past this time round.
Smoke's going to try it round the outside of Shot Metal. Shot Metal's just about giving him the space. That is ballsy from Smoke.
Move.
That is ballsy, but he has made the move. And now he can set his sight on closing in on SLR Check. And what Check's got to do here is make sure... Oh, as JD Men sends it on Shot Metal whilst that was going on as well.
Indeed, he goes up into P2 now. P3, sorry, goes Jaylee Menz. These two yet to pit, so this is really for position. And after they pit as well, Elite still now has 3 cars separating him and LP Smoke now. And Smoke has already pulled a 2-second gap to Jaylee Menz, and as Check comes into the pit lane, the race leader. And I think that is definitely reaction after seeing he's done us the hards.
He's taking absolutely no chances. Yeah, you can't take. He's obviously started on the mediums. You can't take softs to the end from there. And yeah, he's taking absolutely no chances at all as SLR Check. And he's pit onto a set of hard tyres. He's just planning on keeping that track position on Smoke. Smoke may end up being quicker than him, but all that matters is that Check has that track position. I think that's a smart play from Check there.
Indeed, yes.
He's not taking any risks whatsoever. He has preserved his track position over Smoke, and that is all that matters. He's seen that Smoke has a penalty as well, so that's going to help Check out. But yeah, that is going to be very interesting to see whether he does close up. But yeah, I think that's a smart move from Check.
Oh, and here goes Levi. Had a look down the inside of Van Dorn there, going into the casino. But he's going to wait behind. Is he going to maybe go the up and under? He is. He's going to look for it. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's going to wait behind. He has a little half look, but he's not going to send it there. And I think Arbin has actually made a little bit of an error because he's lost a few positions as well. Now down to 11th.
Yeah, he's dropped down an awful lot as Arbon. Oh, it's Elite's gone!
Flag. Just happens Elite Risk.
Elite's gone. Elite has spun.
He's lost it on exit.
Has he lost that by himself? Has he lost that on contact with another car? I'm not sure, but Elite has lost it. And Levi King has sent it on Van Dorn and got a penalty in the process. Whilst that's going on, but this is opening up the race for SLR Jam as well. SLR Jam is very much on for a podium here.
It definitely is. Clearly, I'm getting my prediction right then with a better Jam hand brother, as this could be a podium then for Jam, because if he can keep the penalties to a minimum, he's being pushed around the corner, he's pushing Van Dorn around the corner as well, is Jam, and looking to make his way up to a net P4.
Oh my, I just noticed something. Oh my. Zakis Beast has done a masterclass. He started on the softs from P17, remember, and he pitted very early onto the mediums. As Jam goes around the outside of Van Dorn. But yeah, all of a sudden now, Zakis Beast is... He's right up there in the fight for points.
Is Ham? He might send it on Zakis Beast here. Yes, he is. He's going to go down the inside.
Oh, that's bold. That's bold.
Who is going to get the position? He's going to send it down the inside of the hairpin. They're still going side by side. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Ham gets past Zakis Beast and up into 7th place now goes the Alpine driver.
It's so messy. It's so hard to keep track, but wow, Ham is now going to try and potentially send it on Van Dorn whilst it's going on as well. No, he thinks better of it. Thank you. That would be very sketchy. He's now going to maybe.
Is he going to do what his teammate did though?
Oh, no, don't even think about it. That would be a recipe for disaster. As I've heard from Dorsey in the chat, has said apparently Smoke has damage.
Ooh, does he? Let's see if we can get that.
He's driving pretty well with the damage if he does.
Here comes Levi then on Jaylee Menz. He's closing up, but he's not closing up enough to make the move. He's going to get a better run out of turn 1. Don't think... No, he's got very close, but he can't make the move.
Oh, Ham's managed to get past Van Dorn, and Zakis Beast is giving it a go.
Side by side up the hill. It's Zakis Beast. Who's going to get the position? Round the outside goes Zakis Beast. And it looks to... Yes, he does. He's up into P7 now. Is the McLaren, and a very good move it was. And Alfie's now being brought into this. He's going to send it down the inside as well. Who said you can't overtake around Monaco? He sent it down the inside. They're going to go side by side, going into the hairpin once again. Is the Red Bull and the Aston Martin. This time, Alfie's got the inside line, and he gets up into P8 now. Van Dorn losing positions, but again, it's like they said, you can't overtake around Monaco. We've seen quite a few this evening.
Yeah, I mean, they're not exactly clean ones. There are a lot of contact required, and they are making my eyes bleed a bit, but they are overtakes and they are pretty good ones, and yeah, that is That is Alfie. Alfie's had an excellent recovery from his spin, actually. So once JD Menz pits, he'll be up into the top 7. Yeah, he's running really well.
Levi closing up on Menz. Indeed he is. Closing up on Menz it is Levi. As Ads comes into the pit lane in the Mercedes. I think he's got damage, unfortunately for him. As Menz just clipped the wall on exit. And it looks like Levi's got a really good run. Can he close up? Going towards the casino section. No, he's going to wait behind. Alfie's closing up on Zaki's Beast, but nowhere near enough to go for the move just yet. Things look to calm down a little bit now.
Yeah, they have calmed down a little bit. It's it's really only JD Menz who's acting as the major stopper that's confusing this race a little bit. He's trying to take his mediums as long as he can to put on the softs at the end of the race.
Now then, lap 21 of 39 in this race. SLR Czech still leads in the McLaren by 6.7 seconds. It is to LP Smoke.
As Elite
Czech has driven brilliantly so far.
Elite ran the outside of Van Dorn, recovering fairly well up into P9.
Indeed he is, the Ferrari driver making his way back through the field past the Aston Martin of SLR Van Dorn now. As Alfie had a little look on Zaki's Beast there, but has backed out rightly. He's going to wait behind maybe to the main straight to try and get a DRS and maybe try and get through, but I don't think there's going to be enough room. He's not going to be close enough. It looks like Levi's close. Come on, Menz is going to send it down the inside of turn one. That's dangerous.
That's
and
ambitious.
He's somehow not hit the wall. And it's like Jam's hit the back of him as well, and he's going to be looking to not get damage as well. And I think he's going to have to wait behind.
Yeah, Jam tried a move there after Levi had that little bit of a wobble. He might have had a bit more momentum there, Jam, but yeah, just the track's not wide enough. I'm not sure whether Levi perhaps kind of shoved the door, closed the door, and then moved on the straight. But we'll have to see. But Jam did manage to make that. Jam could not make that move.
Indeed he couldn't then. Oh, and Menz does cut the chicane quite a bit then, so that would definitely be a warning for him for track limits as Alfie gets a time penalty for track limits now. They're not taking any caution through that chicane, it looks like. Absolutely mounting the curve and mounting a little bit too much it is. Levi's still closing up. He really needs to get past Menz here if he wants to try and clear off on the rest of the pack. Is he going to be close enough to make the move though?
Oh, let's have a look. Coming up towards JD Menz now. ERS enabled. Does he move up the inside? He thinks about it, but...
Oh, and Menz hits a wall on the exit, and this might give Levi maybe a better run going up towards Casino Square. Can he make it work? He's going to have a look down the inside. No, he's going to wait behind. Oh, he's has a little look again. But again, like you said, so hard to overtake around here, and he's going to have to wait behind for even longer.
As Menz goes deep. And actually, one thing I'll say about this race... Oh, as Levi King has absolutely sent... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is ugly.
He makes his way through, but not the cleanest of overtake there from Levi. But either way, makes it work for the third. That promotes Ham as well, up into 4th place, but will be P3 after penalties.
Indeed, it will be, as Ham's now trying to make the move on JD Menz. Does JD Menz stick it in there? Oh, that's a bit... That's interesting. Again?
Oh, and Menz hits the wall as well at the back. And Alfie's now closing up, and Menz at the wall again, and Alfie's had to break there to react to not hit him. And Elite's got a really bad exit behind as well and nearly hit the wall. But Alfie should be able to get past Menz here if he doesn't... no, Menz has stayed out, so he hasn't got damage, it looks like, does Menz. And Alfie's going to have to wait behind, though.
Everyone has been absolute everyone has been absolute psychopaths, absolute weapons this race, and just sending it everywhere. It's great to watch. It is really good to watch. But yeah, one thing I will say actually is of all of the races, this has had the least field spread in all of the Monaco races, because the gap between P1 and P4 last night was literally 55 seconds. But TPT Moneybags in P16, and he's only 47 seconds behind the leaders.
Oh, and Alfie's got past Menz now. Sorry, back to you.
The field spread is not big at all, really. It's really interesting.
Does it look like 2 Mercedes drivers has had to switch around going into the casino? Looks like Schumel's let Ads through on those fresh softs and looking to chase after Aero Tuman now. And it looks like Menz made a mistake. And Menz has made a mistake. He's gone round at the chicane, and Elite is now up into P8 because of that.
Yep, JD Menz has clipped that inside barrier, and he has lost the car.
And one man who's also want to make an overtake at the chicane is going to be FRA Ads, who was pushing to him through the previous corner. Is he going to wait behind? Is he going to send it? No, he's going to wait behind sensibly and maybe go get him into maybe the main straight and going into turn 1. We will see later on. Still closing up is Ads. He's going a lot more aggressive than Tooman through those corners. I think we'll maybe stick with this one. I know maybe for 12th place, but maybe might see an overtake here. Going down into turn 1. Tooman's locked up. And Ads might have a really good run out the final corner on fresher soft compound tyres and Tooman. DRS enabled then for Ads, but again he's not going to be close enough to go for the move just yet. He's pushing Tooman through the corner. He's gone to the right hand side. He's going to make the move work, and he's now past him going up the hill. Is FRA Ads into 12th place now?
Yep, does make the move for stick, and on his fresh sauce has been pretty good. The yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? It's Van Dorn.
Yes, Van Dorn.
At the hairpin.
It is at the edge of the hairpin.
It's a bizarre place. That's a bizarre place to lose.
He has got damage. So Van Dorn losing half his front wing is going to need to come in for a new one. Menz picks up a penalty for track limits for cutting the chicane. Nearly loses it on exit. Alfie's closing up to Zaki's Beast once again for P6 it is now. Nearly hits the back of the McLaren there. 2.7 second gap ahead to Ham as well. Can Alfie close up then to make the move? Tooman picks up a penalty for track limits. Alfie's closing up. He's surely not going to send it from there. He has a look, but it's backed out rightly from that far back. That was very tight though.
Yeah, it's Alfie. We know that he likes to make quite a big, quite late moves. He likes to see when he sees the gap. He does go for it, and I think he is gonna have a lunge before the end of the race. And Zach is beast. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and he's tried it there at the hairpin.
That's not ideal.
And he's pushed him into the barriers, and Zach will not be happy with that at all if he's got damage. I don't know if Alfie's got damage. Surely he does this contact again. Somehow Zach got a penalty there for track limits. And there's contact again, and he's gone through Zach's car.
Yeah, Zach was clipping an incident, I think, and his car teleported backwards. Yeah, that explains the ghosting. And
Zach will not be happy at all.
Yeah, they probably both have damage from that, to be honest. Yeah, that's not ideal.
And here comes Jam then. He's closing up to Levi. He's closed right behind him now, has Jam. And he's looking to make the move down the main straight. He's closing up on the Alfa Romeo. 4/10 of a second is the gap. Is it going to be close enough to go for a move going down to someone? He's got his brother Ham behind him, who's also looking to make the move, but is not going to be close enough to make the move just yet. Lap 27 to 39. Not long to go as Jenny Menz comes into the pit lane.
It finally makes his stop. And I'll tell you what, Paul, remember, he was backwards last on lap 1 with no wing. Paid for lap 1 damage. He's in the points now. He might be able to take those mediums to the end as well. They do potentially go the entire race. So if you can manage that, if you can get a couple of points here, that is a superb recovery try from DPT Paul.
Indeed it is. Short medal closing up to Errol Tooman once again, but again not close enough. We're going back on board with SLR Jam then, who's closing up to Levi once again for P3 it is. He doesn't have to make this move, he'll get him on penalties, but I bet it feel a lot nicer to get P3 on track. We will see. Czech now starts lap 28, has led every single lap of this race so far as SLR Czech. Pity for the hard compound tyre to just cruise it to the end, and has not got long left in this race. 12 laps to go for SLR Czech to try and take victory here at Monte Carlo. Jam closing up P3.
Yes. Yeah, Czech is, yeah, he's had a really
good contact!
race.
Alfie and Zaki did send it. Sorry to interrupt, he did send it into turn 1. He's clipped Zaki's Beast rear tyre, and it's pushed Zak into the wall. He's going to be very, very lucky to not have damage on that end plate this time round.
Yeah, Alfie and Zak have a little bit of a vendetta against each other at the moment. They've come to blows several times in the last couple of laps, and would not be surprised if choice words are exchanged between the pair after the race, but anyway, his money bag has come into the pits, presumably for a wing change.
Indeed it has. The Williams driver not having a great day, down in 15th place respectively, unfortunately for him. We're going to go back on board with Jam once again then, if I can find him. There we go. In P4, it's half a second once again on Levi. Looks to gain quite a bit through the final sector. Levi's hit the wall here at the exit of the swimming pool. Hopefully he doesn't have damage. And now Jam is now right in the back of him once again. Is he going to be close enough to make the move? 0.6 of a second. He's a bit further back this time round. I don't think he'll be able to make the move again, unfortunately. So we'll go back on board with Alfie to see if he goes once again on Zaki's beast. But both their battery situations, not looking so good.
Yeah, I think that battle is not over though, and definitely the battle for P3 is not over either. It's Ham,
Jam getting very close to the casino.
Yeah, at the moment Ham and Jam will be good for P3 and P4, as Levi will get. Well, has those penalties.
Oh, and Alfie and Zaki's beast again.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They go side by side. Oh dear, this is going to be very, very tight. They're going to go side by side to the tunnel and Zak's in the wall.
Yep. As Chet's got a penalty. And Ham also made an attempted move on Jam as well whilst that was going on, so I saw them making contact in the chicane. That wasn't pretty, but
I don't want to say you knew that was going to happen, but unfortunately it did with Zaki's beast and Alfie.
Yeah,
with them getting very, very tight.
And Zak has now lost his entire wing. Zak's now lost his entire wing and is definitely going to be making a pit stop for that.
And Jam got a really bad exit at the final corner, and Ham's really going to close up here, but I think he's going to wait behind him for a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Zak is going to have to pit and does for that new wing. That's going to open up. That's going to open up things for DPT Paul as well. He's going to move up into P8 as the yellow flag.
For who for?
Men's.
I think it's Men's. He's gone backwards. He's backwards at the exit of Tabac. It's the second car we've seen backwards there so far this race. And we've got the Williams of DPT Moneybag probably going to make the overtake here on Men's, who's going to need to come in for a new wing. And it looks like that is Zak just came into the pit lane, and Men's hitting the wall again and losing his whole front wing now. So that'll promote Moneybag up into 13th place now.
Yeah, it's now Men's has retired. Yep, that's fair enough.
And Jam has really dropped off here to Levi. Has Jam got damage?
Yeah, I mean, him and Ham made contact in the chicane a couple of laps ago, and since then, Ham's been putting a lot more pressure on Jam than Jam has on Levi. I think potentially Jam does have damage. Does not look as comfortable.
Closing on Tuman. Do you think he can make the move going into the chicane? We've seen it before.
Ham has a little bit of a moment as well. I think he hit the wall there in the exit turn one, so there's another moment.
Is Zak going to make the move going into Tabac? He's closing up, but no, he's going to wait behind the Alfa Romeo driver. Back on board with Ham then, closing up to his brother Jam. As they're going through the hairpin now. The battle for P3 is on track, continues. If it stays like this, Jam will get it on penalties. He's the only one of this pack without a penalty so far. So Jam looking good for a podium.
Yeah, I think maybe he was just taking a lap to kind of bide his time, chill for a bit. Might have had a couple of wheel issues. Might have just made a mistake. But yeah, he's right in the back now of Jam. But my question now,
took it very easy there.
My question now is whether Paul will make it to the end from that lap 1 pit stop on P9 as well. Because he's on for 2 points here. He does have Chuck Medal and Zak behind him. Oh, as Levi loses it! This is finally an opportunity for Jam. Finally an opportunity. Can Levi hold it to turn 1? No, he can't. And that is finally Jam up into P3 on track. He does finally make the move.
In mode now. So I think maybe he's got technical issues. Does Levi, and this is going to allow Ham maybe through the contact. There's ghosting as well, so that's definitely going to allow Ham through the contact, and he's mounted Ham's car. This is a PG stream, and I'm not sure what that was all about, but Ham is now up into P4.
As Levi's just... Levi's in the barrier! He's at the barrier, but he's teleport on.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Desync? I'm glad that weren't just me that saw that, but yeah, Levi was in the ball there.
Yeah, you saw the exact same thing as I did. That was...
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I think there was a bit of a connections issue there, or desync, whatever, with Levi. But Ham is now up to P4 and looking to follow his brother through.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out as well. It's worth pointing as well. Jam could potentially be on for P2 here. Smoke has a penalty, and Smoke has a small amount of damage, as Dorsey said. And Jam has been a lot quicker than Levi King, so just could not get
see the
past him,
gap
obviously.
closing.
And he could potentially close in. He's got to close in by another 3.5 seconds as Jam's also gone into AI.
AI mode. So maybe he's got a few technical issues as well. So clearly, people's hardware is not enjoying this race tonight.
Yeah, Jam is now in AI, which is potentially going to save Smoke. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, hopefully Jam can fix those issues as quickly as possible because he has got his brother and a rival behind him that would like to get that third position, but can't catch up to the AI, surprisingly. As it looks like Shutmetal and DVT Pool. Shutmetal's made the move, going into turn 1. That's Pool now down to 10th, unfortunately. And Zacky's Beast got a really good run. Has Pool maybe got damage in the Williams?
Yeah, he's on 31 lap old mediums as well. That's going to be really ugly. Yeah, he could potentially have damage there, Paul.
Jam is still continuing, and he's showing some very quick pace, I must say.
Jam
being
and
in AI
Tam
mode.
are both in AI. Is the house burnt down? They're both paused at the same time. So is dinner ready at the house?
Oh, Alfie's going to make the move on Levi down the inside into turn 1. There's contact, and it looks like the Alfa Romeo has been pushed into the wall a bit. But Alfie's now up into P5 now.
Alfie is one of the most aggressive racers I think I've seen in a while. He is not taking any prisoners at all. He is just absolutely sending it every opportunity he gets, and it's great entertainment. That is for sure. But I'm sure people are not going to be. I'm sure Levi King is going to be like Zacky's Beast, not very happy. But then Alfie's not going to be happy with Zac as well. So yeah, that is. It's enjoyable racing, and that's the main thing. And Alfie is now going to potentially get past Jam and Ham if they are both in AI. But yeah, it's really confusing.
Oh, and Shutmetal and Zac is going to go side by side, going towards the Rosberg corner, and down into the second sector they go. They're still side by side as they go towards the hairpin. Shutmetal backs out. Zac is beats on those fresh softs, up into 9th place now, having a good recovery drive he is now.
Yes, he is. He's having a very good recovery drive after sustaining that damage. And potentially could even get up to the back of FRA ads on those softs. FRA ads is going to be absolutely screaming for pain right at the end of the race, and it's 7 seconds that gap. But that could easily come down with those 9-lap fresher softs. So
as Alfie is closing up to Ham's AI. I'm not sure whether it is actually AI or not. I don't know if that's just a visual glitch or.
It's showing it for me as well, so I'm really not sure.
But yeah, they're both Ham Jam brothers, both in AI mode. There's yellow flags. That's Tooman that's crashed at the chicane, and it looks like Alfie sent it on Ham at the hairpin, and he's now through him into 4th place.
Is that Ham? Is that Ham's AI? I don't know.
I'm not sure, but it was I tell you what, the room was there for Alfie, and he made it work very, very nicely. But yeah, it looks like it is actually AI here because he has severely lost time now. It's over a second gap. So, but yeah, Alfie's now really closing up to Jam's AI as well, so I do believe it is AI, and they do have issues, unfortunately.
And yeah, that could potentially be Alfie's podium if you can get past Jam, as Levi has now got another penalty.
Indeed, he's closing up on Ham's AI though. Is he going to close him enough? I think we'll go back on board with Alfie because he's closing up to Jam's AI. He's going to send it into turn 1. No, he's going to wait behind. Maybe go try and get him at the hairpin again as he got his brother on the other lap. Closing.
Yes, indeed.
Closing, but it's not closing enough.
You can kind of spook AI a bit if you make the move in a specific way, and maybe that's what Alfie's going to do. Spook Jam's AI a bit, and then perhaps get the position. But while all this has been going on, Czech has had such a quiet race. As yet, Alfie's
going to send it. Oh no, there's contact, but he can't make the move on Jam's AI just yet. But yeah, as you said, SLR Czech still leading out in front by 10.7 seconds, led every single lap of this race, has not got long to go in this race. As it looks like Alfie's going to close, but he's going to send it down the inside of the hairpin, and he's not the hairpin, the chicane, and he has made it work, and up into 3rd place now goes DVT Alfie. But can he pull that 3-second gap to Jam?
If Jam's got his AI, then I certainly feel he can.
Who else have we got closing up? It looks like Levi's going to try and move around the outside of Ham's AI going into Raskas. But no, he's not going to close up enough just yet. Can he make the move going down the main straight though? Hamza AI not using DRS. And he pulls to the right hand side and Hamza AI covers it off. Hamza AI's driving here is unbelievable, holding 5th place.
Yeah, great driving by Hambot.
Hambot holding on to 5th place and holding it off Levi as it stands. And Levi's made a mistake going through the corner. He's going to have to wait behind even longer now.
Yeah, Zach's Beast has now got past FRA ads. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. I saw he's like 7 seconds back a couple of laps ago. Yeah, those older softs are not looking good for ads whatsoever. Not one bit.
No, they're not. Well, then 2 laps to go when we cross the line. When SLR Czech crosses the line, he's not got long to go to take victory. His 3rd race of the season, this time around the streets of Monte Carlo. Levi closing up here to Hamza AI, and this is bringing Elite Risk into play as well. Van Dorn picks up a penalty. He's had a very, very tough day in the Aston Martin. Very tough day for Aston Martin altogether in 14th and 15th. And hoping for a better week next week at Baku. Levi closing up on Hamza AI once again. Looks to try and make the move around the outside of Raskas once again. Can't make the move. He's going to get right behind the Alpine. But no, he's still so far behind. He just cannot make the move. And Jam's AI is now behind that 3-second gap of Alfie is now pulled.
Yes, and Alfie is actually going to get pretty close to Smoke by the end of this race, actually. He's such a really strong pace.
Indeed he has. He's forced his way through the drivers when the gap was just about there, and he might be able to snatch a podium here, could DBT Alfie. But the battle for P4 still goes on between Jambot, Hambot, and Levi and Elite Risk. Who was going to get it? Probably going to be Jam's AI. Oh, and Elite's hit the wall. Going towards the tunnel. And luckily, I don't think it's got damage. But yeah, I do think Jam's AI is going to get it because of the lack of penalties. And you wouldn't think Jam's AI is going to get a penalty, would you think?
No, I don't think AI know how to get penalties. Particularly.
Well, hopefully it sticks that way then. But Levi's still close. Got yellow flags again, but who is that for? I think that's Moneybag going up the hill. Oh yeah, he's lost his front wing.
That's not ideal.
DBT Moneybag.
That's not ideal at all. Barlow stayed in.
Looks to be limping his way to the end on those 36 lap old mediums. I think he's got the race leader behind him, who's on his final lap now, is SLR Czech, who has led every single lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. He's got half a lap to go.
Paul pulls over. Paul pulls over.
Paul does pull over.
He does not want to complete the final lap of the race. As Czech. Yeah, Czech's driven masterfully, really. He's led the race from start to finish and led every single lap. But covered off the pit stop very smartly and kept that gap to Smoke. And that is going to be enough for a very, very comfortable victory from SLR Czech. Mr. Monaco here in Division 1. And he is going to cross the line now, weaving his steering wheel, and he's going to win the race. But the battle for P2 is not over, as Smoke is driving ridiculously slowly in the final sector. Can DPT Alfie perhaps send it on Smoke into Raskas? He's trying to find a gap, but Smoke is making his car as wide as possible. Can Alfie get a good run out the final corner on LP Smoke? It's going to be so close up to the line, but I think it is going to be LP Smoke finally back on the podium in P2. Yes, it is. What an ending that was, but LP Smoke, he's had a poor start to the season, he had a poor ending to last season, but finally, he gets back to being the LP Smoke that we know he is, and has driven absolutely exceptionally for a brilliant podium finish in P2. What a ride there from Smoke.
Indeed he has. Fantastic drive it was. I think drive of the day, I think there's kind of only one man that could get it, do you think?
Oh, I'm not really sure about only one man. Depends who your one man is that you're suggesting. I'd personally give it to Czech myself for his lights to flag victory. But yeah, I thought you were implying that Smoke would be the only man when Czech has won the race by 17 seconds, but no. Smoke also very much.
Smoke.
Yeah, I'd say very much so. SLR Czech, my personal driver of the day.
As Jamham was put in the chat, both of their wheels overheated, it seemed, at the same time. So that is extremely
That's Mercedes Canada 2014
yeah.
vibes. That is.
That is a shame.
Yeah, I'm getting the top
for the
three.
Jam Ham brothers.
I'm getting the top three in
Please do.
the party now for the.
Dawsey has put Czech driver of the day, faultless and very smart strategy. Indeed it was. Czech taking victory around the streets of Monte Carlo, getting driver of the day as well. A brilliant drive it was. Lights to flag victory for SLR Czech. LP Smoke just about hanging on to P2 in the Alpine. DBT Alfie taking P3 in the Red Bull, deputising for Jitto, the championship leader. So not a bad job there for DBT Alfie. Jam Ham, the Jam Ham brothers, P4, P5 with the overheating wheel issues. Unfortunately for them, Jam missing out on a podium because of it. Elite Riss, after a tough race, gets P6 after all of that. Levi P7, Zach is Beast P8, Shut Medal P9, FRA adds, rounds out the points paying positions. DBT Pool, who pits at the end of lap 1 for damage, finishes P11. DBT Moneybag finishes 12th. Barlow 13th, Sim 14th, Van Dorn 15th. The DNFs were Errol Tuman, Jamie Menz, Arbon EPA, SLR Quattro, and Sync Westy. And let me just give the game a quick restart while we get the drivers in the...
Yeah, you might need to put it on not on invite only for a second because I don't think my invites are registering for Czech. But yeah, that's not invite only. Yep, there we are. As though we are, they are now joining the party, Alfie and.
So how do I do the interviews?
You do P2 and P3, I'll do P1 maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just get in the showroom quickly. If the game would load.
Yeah, just make sure you tick your boxes, everybody.
So yeah, make sure to tick your boxes as well, so we can hear your lovely voices on the stream. Let's start with DBT Alfie then, who is a reserve for this race and deputising for Jitto, the championship leader, and he's not done a bad job. Gets himself a P3 after all of that, making his way through. Overtaking looked pretty easy for you. Can you talk us through your race as well, please?
Well, I wasn't expecting to speak to you after, I think it was lap 10 when I spun. Quality was solid. I don't think there was much more in it. Obviously it was close around us. I think it was like a tenth between P3 and 6. It was really close, so it was always going to be close in the race. I didn't get the most ideal start. Lost a position to the Alpha, I believe, and from there on in, I think he picked up damage around lap 5, lap 6, and then formed a train, which is like obviously understandable. It's Monaco, and then I was too aggressive. Well, yeah, I was too aggressive. I tapped in the last corner trying to get a better run, and then obviously clipped it, and then spun, took us down to about P12, and then it was all about the recovery drive from there. And then I'm delighted with P3. I didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, indeed, a fantastic drive it was, making your way back through the field, performing some pretty brilliant overtakes it was, you could say, at the hairpin and other corners as well. Obviously, we've got another street circuit, Baku next week. I know, obviously, you may be a reserve, but if you do get your chance next week, how are you feeling for that?
I haven't really thought about it. I suppose, I mean, obviously, I'll give 110% in each race, but that's if I do race, and then, yeah, I'll just give it my all and then see what it brings. Hopefully a good points position.
We will see then. Congratulations to P3, and let's go over to P2 then. Man, he's not just getting his first podium this season, it's his first points this season. LP Smoke back on the podium in Division 1 and getting your first points in Monte Carlo. Can you talk us through your race and how you just about held off DPT Alpha at the end?
Yeah, it was a quite good race. Qualifying, I couldn't quite do the run I wanted in Q3, so I felt I did have a bit more pace. First half of the race was really just sitting behind the cars because so hard to overtake, was just trying to put pressure on people and get past. Eventually did, and then as soon as I got past Shot Meadow, I lost my end plate. I don't think the damage was shown on stream from what the people were saying to me in the party. So that was from like, I can't remember what lap, but I was missing the end plate, but I was managing fine, and then on lap 36, I lost the other one. So the last 2 laps were a struggle, and one more lap I would have definitely lost the podium.
Well, just about holding on to P2 there and getting your first points and podium of the season. Congratulations. And obviously we've got Baku next week, another street circuit. How are you feeling for that?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. We'll see what happens.
Okie dokie, let's hand over to the race winner, SLR Check. Let's hand over to Sam then for that.
We'll check. You of course had last week off, but previous couple of races in Imola and Portugal, you look the cards of the field in both of them. Portugal perhaps maybe a little bit of luck, but you take them as they come. Will Wet Monaco winning the races. Will Wet Portugal winning the race. Very 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 good. But you've now managed to convert things all together. Get your first pole of the season and convert that to your third successive victory. So first of all, congratulations. And second of all, how do you feel with your drive? Obviously, you went a different way to the others in qualifying. Was there any fear that it would maybe not work in the race, or were you confident at the start? You've pretty much led every lap and it looked pretty comfortable, but obviously that early stop that you made as well, perhaps others behind in the mind. Like how was that race for you?
Um, yeah, I think the gap is I think I won by 15 seconds or something, but I think I got quite lucky in the sense that um, like Smoke, I didn't get the quali lap I wanted, but thankfully I got pole, so I guess I did. And then after I led into turn one, I was quite happy with that because I knew Elite behind. I mean, he had great pace, but he didn't have on pad. I felt a bit more confident on the wheel, so yeah, I was quite lucky in that sense. I didn't want to touch the softs because in practice I was just overheating so bad. So mediums were the right way for me because I was just pulling a gap, and I think it was 10 seconds or something before the pit stop. Well, to Elite it was anyway, and then yeah, just covered off Smoke. Didn't want to risk maybe going too long trying to go for the softs and then Smoke undercutting me and then me losing the win. But yeah, it was. I mean, I was so happy with the win, but it was quite a long race. So happy it was done with. Like, concentration was quite hard at the end, so did bang a few walls, but thankfully no damage. And yeah, I've been speaking for quite a while, but 3 wins in a row. Very well. 3 technical races in a row that I've won, so technically, so yeah, couldn't be happier.
Yeah, very very good drive from yourself, and yeah, that once again puts you into the lead of the championship. Of course, there is the slight question mark, as there always is in divisions that aren't the top division of if you're doing so well, if you're winning so many races, should you be promoted up? But let's say you're not. How are you feeling about the championship charge overall? Like, how do you feel about just the season and yeah, how do you feel going forward? Are you feeling confident that you could perhaps take the Division One title and return to the McEwen division with the confidence of the title? Yeah, just how do you feel going forward, or are you just taking it one race at a time?
I'm taking it one race at a time. But it's tricky. My race pace has always been better. So ever since I moved down, because I've been able to start a bit higher up in the qualifying, I can really show how my race pace is quite strong. So I have got quite lucky in the last 2 with who's been behind me and what's happened ahead of me. So I'm not taking anything for granted. Baku next, not great in quali, but we'll see about the race. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. So
Yes.
yeah, congrats Smoke and Alfie on the podiums, and cheers Sam and Corey on coming. I gotta go. So cheers guys.
Yeah, I think I've got to go as well myself. So yeah, I'll leave it to you to wrap it up, Corey. And yeah, very good race that was.
Indeed, a very good race. It was a dominant victory from SLR Czech, then, who now takes the lead of the Division 1 Drivers' Championship. And a very good season it has been so far. If you've enjoyed that, make sure to join us next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We've got the return of Formula 2 next week on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Friday, we have got the Division 2 race at 8 p.m. as well. Saturday, we have got a double bubble of Division 3 at 6 and Division 4 at 9 p.m. Sunday, the McEwen Division at 7 p.m. Make sure to join us next Monday as well for Division 1 once again, same time, 7 p.m. for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Big thanks to everyone who has joined us tonight here at SLR, and good night.